The Tesla stock is in for some big moves soon, so sit tight for a few minutes as we take you through all the recent news as well as a chart analysis of the stock. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. First up, Tesla is hiring new recruiters in Canada's Montreal, which hints that the next gigafactory location announcement might pop up sooner than expected. In the August AGM, Elon Musk had subliminally hinted that Tesla will announce the location of its new gigafactory by the end of 2022. It's important to note that Elon said during the AGM that he's half Canadian, and while talking about a potential location, the crowd was cheering for Canada. It's expected that Tesla will have a total of 10 to 12 gigafactories all over the world in the years to come to keep up with production goals. Next up, Tesla's semi-truck, which was announced in 2017 and expected to be released in 2019, is finally going to be released in the fourth quarter of 2022 as suggested by Elon Musk. He said that Tesla's 500-mile range semi-truck will start shipping this year, and the Cybertruck will be out next year. Combined with the new Gigafactory news, this might prove very bullish for the stock in both the mid and the long term. With that out of the way, let's get straight into the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the one-day chart for Tesla. First, we'll analyze the one-day chart, then the one-hour chart, and as always, then we'll move on to the 5-minute chart. First things first, you can see that we ended the day off about 3.38% in the greens, about $9.28 above our previous day's price, or rather where the market started at $273, I'd say about, right, $273. We started the day off over here, and then we ended the market somewhere around here at $283.7, as you guys can see. Before that, as you guys can see, we were in a pullback scenario, but I personally believe that it was just a confirmation of our bullish trend, and now the bullish trend will continue. And I already gave you guys a level, or rather a price target for $350 for Tesla, and I'll further verify that in this video. So as you guys can see over here, this was when the stock split. Right after that, we were in somewhat of a bearish scenario. This was a short-term bearish scenario. Over here, we took some support over here, right at this point over here, 265 or rather $266. This is a good support. Over here, as you guys can see, another support right around $271 to $273 range. As you guys can see, we took support over here, then over here, and over here. Wait, no, over here and over here, right? So next up, as you guys can see, we were in a rather range-bound market before this. As you guys can see, we were range-bound over here, but after that, we slowly started inclining towards this level, towards the upper trend. And after that, we broke out of that range on the upper side. And then we got a pullback as always, right? The buyers over here thought that, hey, the price has gotten to our target. Let's sell. Same over here. They thought, let's sell, let's sell. And after selling, as you guys can see, the price is currently standing at $283.7. I personally believe that two scenarios can unfold over here. Both, in my opinion, are bullish because I already told you guys the news. And according to the news, or rather coupled with the news, this should be a pretty good, or rather a pretty bullish pick. The first scenario, in my opinion, will be that the stock will continue the bullish trend over here, but rather before it does that, I believe that it would go up, retest this resistance over here, right, and then hover over here, then break out of that range. Then probably we might see it making a higher high somewhere around the $320 range. It would get a pullback from the $320 level. I personally believe that because as you guys already know that 320, 330, these levels are usually psychological support or rather psychological resistance levels, and it will get a pullback over here. After that, again, we'll probably test this old resistance as a support, and then we'll bounce back from over here. And if we are able to break the $320 level, I'm pretty bullish that Tesla will reach the $350 price by the end of this year. So keeping the $350 as my short-term or rather 2022 target over here at $350, I would probably keep somewhere around a new higher high over here around the $450 range as my target for 2023. So as you guys can see, I personally believe that Tesla will be a good performer for both this year and the next year, giving about, I'd say, let's see, about 40 or 50% returns in 2 years. With the midterm and the long-term target out of the way, let's quickly jump into the 1-hour chart and analyze it on a weekly basis. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-hour chart for the stock. First up, as you guys can see, the 7th day chart, right? 7th September was a straight up bull trend. We went up. There was only one bearish candle, but other than that, we were pretty positive on the 1 hour chart. Before that, if we talk about 6th September, right, we can clearly see that the first candle was bearish. After that, the buyers thought, hey, the price is really low, we should acquire some stock. So they started buying over here. And then as you guys can see, the stock was kind of bullish for the entire day. As you guys can see, we've been bullish for the past 2 or 3 days. Over here, this was a range bound market pretty much, right? We did go up, but we came down as well. This did not impact the long-term price, I'd say, that much. But definitely, this was a good time for the intraday traders. But one common thing that you guys can see here is that all of these are corresponding to the levels that we set, right? Because obviously, these were the same candles that formed the levels. But as you guys can see, that these candles over here, for example, right, they show us that these levels actually are working. These levels, right? This candle over here, for example, right, it broke the support over here and then went down. And even this was like the 1230 candle, right? And these candles are usually not that volatile. As you guys can see, after that, I've already explained this chart to you. Now, if we look at the bigger picture, let me draw out some scenarios for like the next week, I would say. I personally believe that we will test this from the upside as a support, right? Because as you guys already know that there are a lot of good news about the stock, and coupled with that, this price action seems really good. Now, I believe that, we'll make a move over here at this support, right? And then we'll go up, or well, now you'll say that, hey, you're just saying that it would either go up or down. Well, I technically am saying that, but all I'm saying that the possibility of the stock going up would be like 70%, and the possibility of it coming down is probably 30%. So the second scenario would be that we get stuck over here in this range bound market between these levels, right? These two levels, because we've already seen that Tesla got stuck over here like back in August, right? We were stuck in this range, and I believe that we can see similar movement over here before we get another breakout. And I believe that, when the semi truck starts shipping and deliveries, that would be a pretty big point for the stock. Now, I don't believe that there's much left in the 1 hour chart, so let's quickly jump into the 5-minute chart. Now, since we're in the 5-minute chart, we can see a lot more detail, right? We can see that we opened in a gap down, then we went up. Now, this is a common scenario. When we usually open in a gap down, the first few candles are usually bullish. After that, well, small pullback, maintained the bullish trend over here, got an engulfing candle, small pullback. Well, as you guys can see, small pullback over here, got a pin bar candle, bullish trend, engulfing candle, again, bullish trend. And then we got a pin bar candle on the negative side, a small pullback. Then again, as you guys can see, bullish trend. Bulls were pretty strong throughout the market. And as you guys can see, even though the volumes were dropping over here, we still had a lot of volatility, right? We were moving at least like 1% in all of these levels and in all of these, I'd say, scenarios. So what's exactly going to happen on 8th September? Let's see. So this is what I believe will happen on 8th September. I personally believe that the stock will probably come back from this level once before breaking it and then testing it as a support. If it breaks it when it's testing it as a support, I believe that we'll be range bound in this area for some time. But if it does not break the support, we will get into a bullish trend, or we might set another range between the $290 and the $284 level. But remember that this is just my own opinion and not financial advice, so make sure that you do your own research before you trade. If you agree with my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you disagree with it, be sure to hit the dislike button. Comment down below your views on the Tesla stock. Subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for more such videos, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.